Good evening everyone, welcome back to the channel. So, if you're not already a subscriber, hit the sub button, leave a like in the video, comment down below, ring the little bell, all those things if you can do them. Thank you very much. They're all very much appreciated. Get some light on. Today's video, we're moving this baler out. We've got a mowing machine, a horse pulled mowing machine in the back. We're going to be pulling it out of there as well. We maybe have a little look at that. Also, there's a hay bob in the back, ladder, bales, buckets, baling twines, a whole lot of stuff that needs to come out of here. We need to clear it all out and get it ready for making up the pens for the cows calving. Now, I remember putting in this baler. It wasn't easy to get it in. Now, you had to use the teleporter to put it in. From memory, it was a little bit on the awkward side, so we'll see how it works taking it out. Hopefully it's not too bad, but yeah, we'll just have to see. Look across the yard, we've got a mist or a fog starting to drop. It's one of those dirty, dull, damp days. Oh, I can't wait for the springtime. Anyway, let's get going with this. Well, we got it out. A little bit tight coming out. Actually, I think it was a little tighter going in for some reason. It wasn't as bad taking it out, but got it out anyway. The only casualty we had was we run over a lick bucket, an empty lick bucket. Not the end of the world. There's 100 of them lying around anyway. It was kind of in under the wheel. I didn't see it, but apart from that, everything else okay. Now we're going to give it a hose down. You can see there's no residue. I was just actually looking at it before I started videoing. There's no residue has come on it. Just, I suppose, dust from feeding, probably steam off the cattle when they're housed inside, and it's just left that residue on it's just on the whole baler. So we'll give it a hose down. I didn't wash it before we went in. It wasn't that dirty. It was a little bit of dust on it, but I suppose now the dampness and the bit of dust that was there, and probably dust from feeding over the last few months, has all just accumulated to this. So anyway, bit of a hose down, and we'll get it into the shed. We have space now in the machinery shed for it. Yeah, it's probably the last time we're going to see it until we'll be hopefully baling some hay in the middle of June when the weather is 25 degrees and we're all basking in glorious sunshine and not having to look at this misty stuff. Let's see. Alright, so we got that done and dusted. Baler is in possession, so not too bad. Now, what have we left to take out? Well, a few bales was here. We lifted them, put them over against the wall just for the moment. We have the hay bob and we have a mowing machine. So hay bob can be pulled out easily enough. It will slide on the floor. The floor here is fairly smooth, so we can slide it out to the door. And if we get it out today, I can lift it with the teleporter and we can take it up then and give it a quick hose down, so it's not the end of the world. Mowing machine then, obviously it'll roll on its wheels. We'll just lift it by the front of the shaft here and we'll get it out as well. When I have it out, I'll do a quick walk around on it and I'll show you. There's a few lovely features on this, which it's one of the later or last of these kind of mowing machines before they move to tractor pulled ones or to actual PTO driven finger bars. So it's a couple of really nice features on it, and we'll have a look at that when we get it out. But yeah, let's keep moving at this. Oh, by the way, you might notice there's a couple of tines here on the ground. We had a herd test earlier in the week. 2 cows decided it would be a good idea to squeeze their way in alongside the baler. They kind of rubbed off one of the reels, spun it round, and 2 of the tines broke off on the wheel of the mowing machine. So nothing's ever straightforward. They also shit everywhere, so it's all part of it. Anyway, let's get these out.
Just realized I've built walls a mile high to protect my heart, but now I'm all alone, stuck on the inside. The heart doesn't need a castle, it needs a bridge. Been too scared that I'd unravel. Brick by brick I built these walls. Now I know that I strong, just watch me tear them down. I'm gonna tear them down. If it couldn't break your heart, is it really love? If it can't tear you apart, is it really love? Just watch me march towards the battle. I'm gonna tear down this castle. I'm gonna tear down this castle. I'm gonna tear down this castle.
Alright, so hay bob has got to wash down. Just put it into one of the sheds up the top of the yard, so it'll be safe in there while it's dry. Just for anyone who's wondering, this is the little calf who was sick over the weekend and in the early days of this week. Now he's well improved. You can see he's nice and alert. He's just up here getting a drink now, and all going well on that front, which is great. We were quite worried about him early in the week. So last item now we have to take out is this girl, the Mccormick International reaping mill. So we're going to pull it out and we'll have a little look at it once we get it out into the middle of the floor here. Right, so pull this out and we're just going to have a quick bit of a history lesson on this machine. We're looking at a Mccormick International mowing machine, reaping mill, reaper, whatever you want to call it. There's a few different names on them. These were commonly used after the step before this, let's say, was the working of a side. So a man cutting down the crop with a sharp knife on the end of a stick. So this was a huge step forward in mechanisation to have one of these here. Now this is one of the later ones. There is earlier models than this that wouldn't be just as sophisticated as this, but we'll show you that in a second. Some of the features that's on this one here. But yeah, 2-horse machine. You can see the long shaft goes up through the centre of the 2 horses. You can see there's a breast pole at the front that is tied onto the horses' collars. 2 chains comes down, then linking the chains up here to the machine itself. And yeah, in its current state, it's more or less ready to go cut some hay. The only thing we're missing is the knife isn't in it. it's put away for safekeeping. And there's also a mowing board then that goes on just here at the top, kind of pushes the hay out of the grass over to one side, and just stops it from being in the cut the next time round or jamming it up. But this is one of the later ones, as I said. The earlier one than this, you could get a Mccormick Deering version of this here as well, which we actually have one of them as well, which has been completely restored and painted. This one here, we use it kind of for getting the horses used to using one of them. So what we do is we tie 2 horses to it, take it out in the summertime maybe, and you take them around the field and you'd use it maybe for topping. So if you'd maybe some weeds or anything that you wanted to top down, a bit of grass that you want the top, it's ideal for it. But yeah, excellent machine. I don't know how common they would have been here in Ireland. I know you had the likes of the Pierce. They done a Pierce number 4, Pierce number 8 mowing machine, but we have also got some of those that is done that has been done and restored, and we've used them lots of times as well. We've got Bamlet machines as well, and none of them comes close to this here. This here is in a different league than any of those to use. The other ones plug all the time, there's always issues with them. This here goes and goes and goes, never have any issues. But let's have a little look at some of the little extras that's on this compared to some of the other. Alright, so let's have a look at some of the controls on this, and we'll see a couple of little extras on this that made them stand out. You can see the lever here for knocking in out of gear, which isn't unusual in its own because all machines had to be able to be knocked in and out of gear. But this here, just the way it was designed, place here to rest your foot either side. See the little grooves cut out just as a grip. You just put your boot forward, click that back, knock the machine either in or out of gear. So it was very easily done with your boot. The other thing then was that when you had this machine in the down position, and your finger bow obviously was down, and you had it in gear, when you come to the end of the cut and you wanted to lift the machine up, when you lifted it up, you could set it that it would knock the machine out of gear automatically. So that was something that a lot of the other machines you couldn't have it like that. So very simple thing to be able to knock it out of gear automatically as soon as you lifted it. It meant that rather than have to walk with 2 levers, it was all being done at one. It was kind of like it was a wee bit like an early headland management system, I suppose you could call it. But same thing then, when you put your lever forward to click it into the down position, again it automatically started the finger bow back up. So very, very simple little thing. Also, now it's not, you can't do it at the minute, but there's a foot lever here. It's just the way that the whole machine is sitting. It's kind of down on its nose. But you could also work it with this foot lever as well. So you didn't have to pull this lever here back. You could do it with your foot. So yeah, just very well designed machine in that regard. Also, then you could adjust the angle of your cut by moving this here. So you can see, well, you'll be able to see, I'll move the lever, you should be able to see it. See the way it angles up and down. So again, another very good feature on them. So look at, as I say, these machines were light years ahead of the Irish built machines. These here, I believe, were built in Canada by Mccormick Deering or Mccormick International. So yeah, there probably wasn't that many of them around, but I don't know, maybe there was. Toolbox, obviously small toolbox here with the International IH badge on it. So yeah, it is one of the later ones. And then this here then was for just for a little can of oil then for oiling or greasing up when working. So excellent machine. Someday we'll see. We may, with the horses, we might plough an acre and a half of ground here at the yard, plough it with the horses, cultivate it with the horses, sow it with the horses, cut it with the horses, and trash it. We have done it before, but we haven't done it for probably about 5 or 6 years. So maybe when all this whole lockdown ends, maybe we'll do that and have some friends come over, or maybe even invite some of you to it. I'll see what way it all works out. But it's something that we would think to do in the future again. get a couple of horses going properly, and it would be interesting to see, and we'll document it all and do it the whole way right through, do a whole like a season of videos on YouTube about it. So let's see how it all works out. But anyway, that's the Mccormick deering. I might even, if there's enough people who would like to see it, I might even go through all the horse-drawn machinery and stuff that we have. We have a lot of stuff. A lot of it is restored, some of it's not. But yeah, if enough people want to see it, I'll maybe do a video on it. So drop a comment below. Who knows, maybe even Dad might even get involved in it, do a bit of talking about it. He would know 10 times more about it than me. So let's see what happens. Alright, so before we go this evening, Olight have sent me out their latest offering in lights. They're running a flash sale from 8 PM January 28th, which is this evening, right the whole way through until 11:59 PM on January the 30th. So yeah, they usually run a sale about once a month, and yeah, there's great deals on there, great discounts on all different lights and light bundles. The way these sales always work, just if you haven't seen them before, is yes, you'll get a good discount maybe on one light, but if you were to purchase two lights or like one of these larger lights and maybe a smaller light together, the sale is usually or the discount is usually multiplies. So the more you buy, the cheaper it gets, basically. Yeah, so the light they sent out today is this one here. It is the Freyr, it's called. It's a built for it all, multi-coloured tactical light. Throw is 360 meters. Maximum lumen works out at 1750 lumen. So it's quite a strong light. So we'll open it, have a little look at it, and see what it's like. So usual build quality will be expected here. Anything that Olight produce is usually very, very good. There's a little rubber silicone on this one here. I'll show you what that's for now in a second. So yeah, as I say, usual build quality. They're heavy, well built. It's like steel. The light itself is steel, so it'll take a bit of abuse, if you like. The light itself has got the magnetic charging, so which is more or less standard now across the board on most of these rechargeable lights. So yeah, the rechargeable magnet just clamps on here as soon as it gets anywhere near it. Just a USB connection on it, and yeah, that's it. You're good to go. The light, then you turn it on here on the bottom just by pressing that button, and you can see very, very bright light. I will do a little bit of a, when it gets dark outside, I'll do a little bit of a test on it, and you can see it in action. But yeah, very bright light, and it's just simple. Press it, turn it on and off there like that. So yeah, very simple to use, very simple to operate. There's an extra little thing on this where you can put this rubber, this little rubber cover over the top of it here, and it is actually coloured. This here, will we see? We turn it on. There it is there now. So this is the white light. You can then press it and hold it, and it should change colour. So that changes then to red, and if you just scroll through, it turns to green, again turns to blue, and then should go back to white. So the idea of that is that just say you're broke down, something happens on the road. Very useful, this, even in farming situations. If you had this on you, nighttime, something happens, cattle broke out on the road, any of these kind of things, maybe a tractor get a puncture, you know, you can change the colour of it, put it on red, stand at the back of the trailer, move it around, shake it about, and people will be warned of the danger, the oncoming traffic will be warned of danger that's going on. So very, very simple little thing, and could be very, very useful in certain situations. So that's just an added feature that comes on this light. So these are really nice lights. I like this light a lot. I've used it a couple of times now over the last week or so, and yeah, super light out of it, and very, very impressive, very bright. But yeah, okay, so as I say, there's a sale on at the moment. This light usually sells for £129.95 sterling, but at the minute on the sale there's over £30 of a saving. It's down to £97.46. So that's a great saving if you wanted to purchase one of them. There's also then you can bundle these up with all different light packages. I will have a whole list in the description below and a link to go over to the website, so you can go in through that and check it out. But as I say, for example, this light here and the i5T light, if you purchase the two of those together, they usually cost $169.95 and they're reduced down to $110.44. So there's 60 quid of a saving on those. And that's kind of the way it is. If you buy two lights together, there's a huge saving. But yeah, as I say, there's an affiliated link below in the description, where you'll also see in the description a list of the different discounts there is at the moment. But if you go in through that affiliated link, if you are going to purchase a light, I do get a small percentage then of whatever you spend through that. So it does help me and helps the channel out if you do that. So yeah, that's basically it. So that is it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed it. At least we have everything ready. Pens are cleared out. Reaping mill just has to be rolled out. The two gates then just has to be stuck up. 3 minutes to put the two gates up, so it's not a big job. A little bit of straw and we're ready for calving. So things are going to get very busy over the next few weeks, and I will be videoing it as we get on or get along with it, and I'll let you know how we are progressing. Yeah, weekend's video will be of the RDS system that has been fitted onto the teleporter. We'll have a look at that, how it works, and yeah, some of the features that is on that. But yeah, that's really it. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget, if you're not already a subscriber, hit the sub button, leave a like on the video, comment down below, all that kind of stuff. It all helps the channel. And if you're subscribing or are already subscribed, ring that little bell. There's a little bell just beside the sub button. Click on it and it just gives a notification every time I post a video, so you never miss any of the videos I put up. That's it for today. Hope you're all having a good week. We'll see you at the weekend. Take care.